James Kaufman, World News Report today, March 22nd, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. How much gold is supposedly in Fort Knox? U.S. President Donald Trump has promised to visit Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there. We'll need a live stream and something to cut through the gold or tungsten, and a very heavy survey of the gold. In layman's terms, not just the bars in front, we need to look at the majority of it. Officially, the United States Bullion Depository, commonly known as Fort Knox, holds over half of the Treasury's $428 billion in gold reserves. That means it would hold about $214 billion in gold, which does not sound like a lot of gold to me. But comparably to what they say other countries have on hand, it's huge. In this graphic, visual capitalist Bruno Venditti puts that amount into perspective by comparing Fort Knox reserves with central bank gold reserves worldwide. This is going to be the $214 billion worth of gold, outlined here in white, 4.175 tons, versus all the reserves in China, in Switzerland, India, Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Brazil, Singapore, and Thailand. That would mean that Fort Knox itself holds just about as much gold as all of the other major countries around the globe, although I don't see Russia represented here. Located in Kentucky, Fort Knox is a U.S. Army installation that serves the primary storage site for America's gold reserves. The facility was established in 1930 protect gold from potential foreign attacks. The first gold shipments arrived in 1937 via U.S. mail from the Philadelphia Mint and the New York Assay Office. During World War II, Fort Knox safeguarded important U.S. documents, including the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights. It has also housed international treasures such as the Magna Carta, which a lot of our Constitution was written on, and the crown, sword, and scepter, orb, and cape of Saint Stephen, King of Hungary, before they were returned in 1978. Currently, Fort Knox is said to hold 4.175 tons of gold, equivalent to nearly half of China's gold reserves, and 4 times the Swiss Central Bank's reserves. Only small samples have been removed for purity testing. I'll bet during audits, no major transfers have occurred in years. Only a select few know the full security procedures, and no single person knows how to fully open the vault. In 1974, a group of journalists and a congressional delegation were allowed inside, marking the first official visit since Fort Knox's creation. Previously, President Franklin D. Roosevelt was the only person other than authorized personnel to access this vault. In 2017, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin, and several congressional representatives became the second group to visit the vault. Now, I don't know if they were staring at tungsten or gold. I don't know if the gold's there, but the rumor is it's not in Fort Knox. Now, this is gold reserves in tons. You see the U.S. at 8.13 thousand tons, and half of that is at Fort Knox, as you can see. And it looks like Fort Knox has double the amount of China's entire reserves, which is hard to believe. And I don't see anything surprising on this list, but where is Russia here? Where is Russia? Now, if we took all of the world's above surface gold started divvying it out to individuals, each person would end up with about 30 grams, just under a troy ounce. That is the amount of gold that is above ground currently, according, to the professionals and the government agencies. I guess we'll hopefully see. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.